It's like if you took all the extra alcohol that gets put in the little rubber mat under the beer taps, and then you put that in one cup, threw a pine cone in there, and a shot of the worst whiskey you've ever tasted. That's what it tastes like.
Let's do her.
All right. Episode 44 of the Fair Enough podcast. Today is a different one. Today's technically our first interview ever. We've never done an interview. It's an interview, but it's really not. Today you guys get to meet producer Jack because it is his 21st birthday week. Tuesday, November 8th, he turned 21. We went out and got some beers, so we're recording on Wednesday this week. And then this weekend we're going to get into some shenanigans as well. But, so today we're just going to basically dive into some Jack, right?
We should all be scared.
We should all be. I mean, Mike had the idea of dressing up for the occasion. So if you're watching on YouTube and you're like, why are these two assholes wearing suits? Because today's interview day for Jack. So, but before we get into all that, let's go ahead and shout out our sponsor, Rogue Creative. Episode 44 and every episode of the Fair Enough podcast this year has been brought to you by Rogue Creative. Anything that your small business needs when it comes to marketing or graphic design, Rogue Creative has got you. If you are a business owner when it comes to a gym and you're looking to get people back into your gym, this is kind of the season for it, right? People are thinking about New Year's resolutions, things like that. Rogue Creative does something called database reactivation, which is just a fancy way of saying they're going to get more people back into your gym. So if you are a gym owner of like a Powerhouse or an Anytime Fitness, any of those franchisee gyms, give Rogue Creative a call. It's roguecreative.org is where you can find them, or you can find them on Instagram at roguecreative_. That is roguecreative.org or roguecreative_. John and his team are the best at what they do, and they'll get you the most cost-effective price for the most professional job. Okay. So, Jack, we had a few questions come through because we post some questions on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, it's at Fair Enough Pod. For Jack, they weren't great. They're troll questions because that's who my friends are. Bunch of
assholes. Yep.
Yeah. So
that was expected, though.
Yeah. So I'll just read these two to you because this is what we got. When are you getting a haircut? This is from James. Any update on that?
I love how you. No. I love how he goes. If you have any questions, let us know. We will remain anonymous. First question: when are you getting a haircut? From James.
Oh yeah. If it's these assholes, I don't give two fucks. Okay, They're getting exposed out here.
Fair enough.
Well, James, I was supposed to get one like a month ago because I was going to make it a regular thing, and I flaked, and now I haven't gotten my hair cut in like 6 months, but it's not coming anytime soon. I think I'm going to grow the lettuce back out. I think it's about that time of year.
I think you're right to do that.
All right.
I think you look good. I mean, you don't look like a slob or anything. You got that stupid curly hair. It looks nice. You look good like that. Don't worry.
Right now, I look like a slob. I hope I'm not. No, I'm not on camera. So.
Well, that's up to you.
Yeah, that's up to me. No, I'm not on camera.
You got a what's that kid's name? You got a Bryce Hall or a
I was thinking
That's
Bryce
up.
Hall myself.
Josh Richards. Honestly. You got a little Josh Richards thing going on.
I'll take Josh Richards.
That's a good thing to have going on. Hell yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Who is your favorite of my friends and why is it Drew? That is from Drew King.
Drew, I love you. I don't know. Dude, all of your friends, pretty much my entire life, have just also been like a big brother to me, you know?
Right.
Even, the folks I just met, shout out to all the guys that you met or that you live with now.
Yep. The Midtown Circle boys.
The Midtown Circle boys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love them to death. So, no, I don't know. I don't think I could ever pick a favorite. But there's nobody that I dislike. I will say that.
Okay. The real answer that I was looking for was just that it's not Drew. That's all that I really care about.
I won't say that it's not Drew, but I will say that it isn't Drew.
There you go. There you go, Drew. I hope you're satisfied with that answer.
Drew, you need to come around more. It might boost you in the rankings.
Ooh, chirps.
Cheers.
Bump them numbers
We
up.
agree. Trust me, we're trying to get him down here. He lives all the way up in fucking.
Yeah, he's in Canada.
He's like past Canada. If you talk to him,
Whatever's there.
yeah. Mike and I make the trip 3 times a year.
Don't see Drew south of Mayo once a year, though.
Never. It'll never happen. But when he does, he'll be Jack's favorite. When he gets down.
Dude, I do remember, though, like, especially when I was younger, I remember being, like, now I think I was being annoying, but I remember, like, wanting to hang out with you assholes so bad. Like, the first time we moved into the Churchill townhomes or whatever,
Yep.
I was 11 or 12 or whatever, and you guys would all hang out in your bedroom, which just so happened to also be my bedroom, you know?
What?
So I was, so I'm like banging on the door, let me in, I just want to lay in my bed or whatever, but I just want to fucking hang out, you know?
Mhm.
But in hindsight, you were, 18. You didn't need a 12-year-old in the room at all.
Yeah, but when we did need you, we needed you. We needed bodies. We needed bodies for hockey, for basketball, for whatever the fuck we were doing. So
Yep, dude, and
everybody always appreciated your company.
yeah, dude, Kyle and I still talk about just getting bodied at the Brown Smudge all the time. But those are some of the greatest memories. And we would just get our asses handed to us every time. And we didn't even want to play after a certain point. But Bob and Cap especially were fucking, you're not going to get any better if you don't play against people that are better than you, So that kept us in it.
We would talk like there was like a next step to mini sticks. Like
Right.
if you play hard in this basement today, you're gonna be winning Stanley Cups out there the next day. Like
Exactly.
Going to the
we're fucking
league.
stupid.
You
Yeah.
got to make that play. But yeah,
So it's no secret to everybody that this podcast talks about the bar and drinking and stuff like that a lot. And this being your 21st birthday, I think that we have to get into stuff like that. So I wanted to ask you do you remember when you had your first beer or your first drink? Like how old you were, what it was, where you were? Do you remember any of that?
I don't remember my first beer, but I remember the first time that I really got drunk. I was at my friend Mallory's house. She had like a daytime pool party turned into a bonfire, and my buddies and I were all drinking UV blue. Like probably 8 of us split a fifth, and I was hammered. I ended up throwing up in Mallory's like fire pit at her parents' house, like in the backyard. Great look. But yeah, we drank that for forever.
UV blue?
UV blue, a lot of 5 o'clock vodka. And then, whatever you were drinking, whatever Dad was drinking. I stole a lot of Dad's liquor early on. One time I did the old fill it back up with water trick, but we took too much. And then the next morning, Rob Sr. calls me downstairs and he was like, hey, what the hell is this? And it's a half gallon of slushy Captain.
I was just about to say, did it ice up?
Well, did you hear what else he said? The problem is that it's Captain.
Yeah, so you
So
put
it's going
water
to change the fucking color of it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just stupid,
That's so funny.
Just dumb. Did you ever steal booze from Dad early on, Bob, or no?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just never replaced it.
Ah,
I would just
smart.
They always said they had good ice. We had those like weird chunks of ice at Churchill. So they had good ice. And then, they always had the Captain. So I was always ripping the Captain. I just never replaced it. I just told them, hey, like, this is what I'm doing. And they didn't. When it came to me compared to you, I think, I don't know. It's like it was like the opposite. Like, you think that they would care more about what I was doing, but they cared less about what I was doing and more about what you were doing for whatever reason.
Yeah, dude, I think Maya ruined it for me. That chick she was just reckless.
Maya was reckless. People don't know that about her. We'll have her on at some point too. Maybe she'll be guest number 2. But
That'll be a funny one.
yeah, she was reckless.
But yeah, early on was just not great. Not great drinking. Not a good performance. A lot of getting way too drunk.
It was UV Blue and 5-0 for you.
UV Blue and 5-0. Those are my early on starters.
That's
Unfortunate.
disgusting.
Why? What did you guys fucking start with?
I mean, I drink a lot of UV Blue myself, but
All right.
the first thing I ever drank was Southern Comfort straight with lime slices.
Oh,
And
that's horrible.
to chase
With
that
lime
down,
slices.
with lime slices. They didn't have SoCo Lime yet. They just had Southern Comfort. I can't even look at it anymore. And then we would also have Bacardi O like icers. It was like orange Bacardi Smirnoff ices essentially. And that's the first thing I ever got drunk off. I was in Wisconsin. I ended up yakking.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, that's
I
how
also
old I
haven't.
am. You got to realize.
Like
This is
it's
when I
like
was
a,
like 15, dude. This is
like
20
a
years
wine
ago.
cooler, like a wine cooler. Bacardi made a wine cooler.
So it's like a Smirnoff Ice. Yes. So it's like a Smirnoff Ice, but it's the Bacardi version, and it tasted like orange. They called it Bacardi O.
What the fuck?
I don't think it lasted very long, to be honest with you. But that's the first thing I ever got drunk off of. Stayed true to the SoCo for about 15 to 16, and then realized it's the most disgusting thing in the world, and I can attain better alcohol if I just tried. And that's what I did.
Damn.
Southern Comfort just isn't great, dude.
No, it's not.
One of my roommates' dads last year for a tailgate brought a bunch of different flavors of Southern Comfort shooters, and I tried a mango habanero one, and it was quite possibly the worst tasting alcohol I've ever had in my entire life. Like, imagine spicy alcohol. That's terrible.
Some people love that shit, dude.
I was
when
gonna
you
say,
go
it's not
to
that bad.
that's something that you're gonna learn too when you go to a like a Mexican joint and you get a flight of margs. A lot of places do flights of margs. There is always a jalapeno option.
So like if you get a Bloody Mary, you don't get it spicy, or you don't get Bloody Marys. You're not old enough for Bloody Marys. I feel like that's an acquired taste.
I just don't order a Bloody Mary. No, I've made an ungodly amount of them though. Those used to sell. They just flew off the shelves at the country club.
What'd you put in them when you made them?
So most of the time that we were making a shit ton of them, it was for some kind of event. So we'd have like women's league or whatever on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And they're all members, so we don't use the vodka. So like normally we'd use Kettle One, but for the events and shit, we'd use Tito's. So we just do Tito's, and then the mix, and then if they wanted like pickles or Tabasco, a lot of people wanted Tabasco in it.
Yeah,
but that was pretty much it. They're pretty basic.
Yeah,
no,
can't go wrong.
No Worcestershire, no steak sauce.
We did actually have all that stuff down there, but I didn't make a whole lot of them with Worcester.
Oh, you got to put the W in there, dog.
You
Come on, man.
you gotta put that stuff in there. You gotta put. I like the steak sauce in there. I like all the.
I like all the fixins. I agree.
Yeah.
Before we move on from alcohol,
we're not moving on from alcohol. That's the
okay.
whole
Fair enough.
Of this whole thing.
I am going to because you're not coming down to Chicago anytime soon. I have to bring a little piece of Chicago with me up to Detroit, and I'm gonna buy a bottle of Jepson's Malort. And
God!
And I'm gonna have you take at least one shot of this for your birthday, just for your boy.
I've never taken a shot of it either.
You ever had? You guys, okay? Inaugural. I'll have the whole squad take one. So we only take one shot each.
What is it?
Down the hash. It's like if you took all the extra alcohol that gets put in the little rubber mat under the fucking beer taps, and then you put that in one cup, threw a pine cone in there, and a shot of the worst whiskey you ever tasted. That's what it tastes like.
Is it whiskey?
It's supposed to be. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Man.
Dude, it's a Chicago thing. It's something that like this place is proud of.
Yeah, it's gross. I don't fuck with it, but if everyone ever gives me a shot, I slam it down, no chaser, warm, all day. But
it's like known as one of the grossest lickers in the United States.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I know people.
Mike,
that
are
name
you
their
a
dog
whiskey
after
guy?
That. No.
No?
No. I mean, I like everything. Honestly, I can handle everything but gin. To be completely frank.
Ooh.
Mike's a
Gin
vodka
is
soda.
good.
Yeah, I'm a vodka boy. Gin, I can't do. I can do whiskey. I love tequila shots. But yeah, I mean, those are your big four. And I mean, rum. If it's Captain or spiced rum, I can do rum. Normal rum kind of tastes like balls.
Did you guys ever go through like a flavored Bacardi phase? Speaking of rum.
Oh yeah.
Dragon fruit, baby.
Dragon fruit was all right, but the one that we had a kick on during college was mango Bacardi.
I don't know.
I never had mango.
Yeah.
It's
And
nuts.
Bacardi
We used
Limon.
to drink it. Yeah, Limon was good too, but we used to drink it. We'd go to the gas station and buy those BRYCE, but it's like the strawberry melon one, the real dark pink, and then drink that with some mango Bacardi.
Damn.
Dude, nothing gives you a bigger stomach ache than those bottles of fucking Brisk, bro.
Oh yeah, it's
Holy
all
shit.
sugar.
Oh, it's all sugar.
Well, it's a liter.
Yeah. Who the fuck needs
Like,
a liter of cola?
It's not a regular like 12-ounce pop.
No.
It's a full thing.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so when I started drinking, my first beer was shout out to the Ross brothers. Was in the Ross brothers' basement at a Bud Light, and then after that, like what I kind of took to was Admiral Nelson, just because I think you kind of take to like because our parents drank Captain, so I knew Captain, right? I like knew rum, or like that's all that I knew. So I was like, okay, like I guess I'll have to drink rum, or I'll like rum. So, and Admiral was $10 for a liter, and Cherry Admiral was fire, still fire.
I mean, yeah, so you were still drinking Cherry Admiral when I met you. I mean, I know you're only like 20, but I was buying you Cherry Admiral at one point for for about a year. You were on that for a minute. I even passed when you were 21. You were all over the Cherry Admiral.
I was,
Dude,
yeah.
I had quite the Cherry Admiral phase as well. And actually, Bob, you turned it on to me one night when we were at, obviously, but we were on McCarty still, and this is like a very vivid memory for me for some reason. You still lived there, which means I must have been 13, and you and James and like Evan and somebody else were all downstairs being real loud on what was for me a school night. And I was like, this is like reckless as fuck. It's crazy. I like it, whatever. And so I went down there. I must have been older than 13 actually, because I ended up drinking, like I took a shot of the Cherry Admiral, but I got down there and you guys were all just sipping on it. And I was like, this is fucking cool. Or like you were taking shots. And I sat down and you were like, oh yeah, it's only $10 for a liter. And I ended up drinking only that for like probably 3 years straight. It was that and Mango Bacardi. Those were the go-tos.
You can't beat $10 for a liter.
No.
You can't.
But once you have a job and a normal life, you realize that $20 isn't that bad either.
No. You pay the $20 and you get the deals. That's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So Jack.
Oh, hit him.
Go ahead. I was just saying, so Jack, now that you've actually been to the bar already as a 21-year-old, what was the drink you had anticipated on buying first and what ended up being the go-to choice?
Dude, I'm real upset because I made a whole statement publicly that I wanted my first drink to either be something really nice or something really shitty. Like I was either buying an expensive scotch or I was going to buy a round of fucking
Three Horsemen or something. Yeah. Something disgusting.
But then I didn't even think about it. And we got there and Gary was like, oh yeah, I'll probably just get a Norms. And I was like, yeah, I'll get a Norms. Fuck it. And then I took a drink of it and I was like, God damn it. I totally flaked on my own premises.
What the fuck is a Norms?
It's like a Michigan IPA.
Yeah. So we went to the bar down the road and they had $4 pints, $4 Michigan pints. So any brewery from Michigan was $4. Okay. So that's why Jack got that. I just got a dirty blonde, same
So you shit the bed is what you're saying.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
makes
even
sense.
really think that it counts. Like Saturday, Saturday's going to count.
I think this counts even more because you had the time to sit there. You weren't getting hammered drunk. You were just going out as you're 21. This is your time to get a little fancy or whatever. Saturday, it's like, hey, it's quantity, not quality.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday was the day where you fucking go. You get a fucking Blue Label or something crazy and just sip a scotch right away for $50.
Yep. I just completely
That's unfortunate.
disregarded that. I don't know what got in me. Dude, I always
Cody
get
bought him
nervous
a-
in bars. I still don't feel like I'm welcome there, you know? I just got to chill the fuck out.
Mike, the guy sits down, doesn't even get carded last night.
Love that.
I
Well, I
was
mean,
pissed.
did you go somewhere local or did you go somewhere like pop?
Went somewhere local, so these, it's like a 50-50
And it was a
shot. You get
Tuesday.
carded. Yeah,
It's Tuesday. I'm sure on a Saturday he would have got carded.
right.
But
Yeah, she was probably like, who the hell's coming here to drink illegally on a Tuesday?
yeah, exactly. School's really going rough for this kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this kid's a high school senior getting blitzed on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good
What
stuff.
is
I'm so
the,
excited for this weekend.
Something that I was thinking about is what is like the place or the event that now that you're 21 that you're just excited to say, okay, now I can drink? Because I was like, we've been talking in our apartment for the last couple months about the World Cup coming up. Like, we've never really had a World Cup where we've been like, super into it and going to the bars and like we have a chance. So like going to watch the US at the bar with a bunch of other people that are like, hey, we're all rooting on the same team today. It's not Michigan or Michigan State or anything like that. So like we're excited about that.
Right.
Do you have anything that you like think about that comes to mind?
Yeah, dude. There's three big things. Sports games, which wasn't really going to be an issue anyways if I lived in Detroit, because I would have been always going with you and your buddies.
Right.
But like sporting events, that's going to be nice. Golf, if I can just like go into the clubhouse and grab a couple brews at the turn, huge.
Very
Absolutely
underrated. I didn't
huge.
think about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely
the
big
third
deal.
one is going to be snowboarding. There's always a spot to buy booze while you're there, and I'm just never allowed to, including like at Boyne Highlands, or it might be Mountain, one of them. The one
It's
that
Mountain.
has all the one that has all the bars on the slopes.
Yeah, that's
Last year we went and paid a fucking arm and a leg, and then I couldn't even get into any of the bars. I was very upset.
Right.
But this year we're doing it. We are for sure doing it, and it's going to be great.
Those are
Bob's
good
not
ones.
doing it.
No, I'm not doing it. I'll watch you though. That's sick though. That's like the golf one is very underrated. Getting some drinks at the turn, especially because like your first 9 didn't go the way you wanted. You need a dog and you need a brand new sack of beers in whatever container they happen to put them in.
Yeah.
Exactly. But also just like I'm just excited in general to be able to go out. Like all of my friends, everybody in my circle has been 21 for forever. And I was always scared as hell to go to the bar because I hated getting like carded and then I like get kicked out. I just feel like a scumbag, because they're just out here doing their job and I'm just being an asshole. That's my
Right.
take on it.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to think about that. I can't wait to actually get my ID though. The piece of paper's not cutting it.
No, the paper sucks.
Yeah.
And they don't even I don't know why they disregard the paper so hard.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? If I was going to have a fake ID, you're going to have an ID. You're not going
Why-
to bring in the fucking piece of paper. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the paper, you're right. The paper might be the most legitimate piece of
Yeah,
identification you could ever have.
unless it's from another state, which then it's a little sketchy, which I had
Right.
to go through once in Michigan, but that's beside the point. But yeah, you got to fucking, because they clip your real ID, right? And then they give you a piece of paper.
They
They put void on it.
void it, and then they stapled my voided license to this piece of paper so that my picture's on it and stuff. I'm
What
pretty sure.
more do you fucking need to let
Yeah.
me into this bar?
Right.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, dude. Like, yeah, that's insane to me.
Mhm.
That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, I
Uh,
hope nobody's got a problem with it. I'm assuming though that my ID will be here before this weekend.
Yeah,
So,
going-
days, bud.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're getting, we're tight to the vest here.
I hope so.
Is there anything that you're like nervous about when it comes to, even if it's this weekend or like being 21?
No, not really. Not nervous for anything. I think this is curing a lot of the nerves that I had prior to being 21.
Yeah.
If anything, I can just be a little bit more fucking comfortable, especially if I can just order a beer. Bam, comfortable.
It's like
Yeah.
you've lived your whole life at O'Kelly's, and that's all you know. And now you're ready to branch out.
Dude, yeah, that's another thing I'm excited for, is to actually go to some nice establishments. Not even nice, but just different. A lot of these places downtown or like even around Royal Oak that there was just no way I was ever going to get into because I'm not in shitty Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
And now I can go.
Yep.
It's going to be dope.
You know what's another beer that's good that these suits are reminding me about now is a wedding beer or a wedding drink.
Yeah, that is clutch. Granted, it's really easy to get away with drinking underage at a wedding, but just going up to
there
the bar,
yourself,
and
yeah,
you're
it's
just
the
like,
best.
"Ah." and then you have to try and convince the bartender to give you shots when they're not. Well, like, well, just give me 5 tequilas neat on the rocks or whatever. But don't put them in shot glasses. And
Right.
can I have 6 limes on the side too? Like, and they're like, all right, we'll do that. It's like, bitch, just give me shots. Like,
Right.
what the fuck?
It's
They
the
do that
whole
all the time.
experience of like being in line with everybody too, especially once the wedding gets going and people are starting to get a little bit buckled.
Or right after dinner, the first drink right after dinner, because you have to they close it for fucking an hour or whatever, and
Yep.
then everyone's like, all right, first one to the bar, last one's a rotten egg.
You speed to the bar. That is the best.
Yeah, that is the best. I had a cane at Shipper's wedding, and I was like fucking stumbling over to that bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The,
good. That's a good one.
The other thing that I wanted to ask you about too was like with your friends. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. With your friends all being 21 and them going to the bar, have they been trying to get you to go with them essentially? And like, have you been getting in, or is it pretty much just been you haven't really used your fake that much?
Dude, after I left Mount P, I have not really stepped foot in a bar other than I went to like Woody's a couple times with a couple of my buddies, but a lot of my friends have been going out to, because a lot of my buddies are still living in Saginaw. So, and they've been driving out to Bay City to, what's that place called? Lucky's.
Yep.
And they always want me to go, but I always bitch out because I don't want to get all the way out to Bay City and then be like, oh, didn't get in. 30-minute ride home.
That's crazy. Yeah, you can't.
And also, fuck that. I think Bay City's too far. I mean, are Ubers any better out there in Saginaw anymore?
You can't even find a single one.
No.
Yeah,
there's none.
see, fuck that. I would not be going to Bay City unless you actually have a designated driver. And at that point, it's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's why I like, I mean, anywhere around me, I can get an Uber literally wherever I want within 10 seconds. But you gotta have the Ubers, man. You can't be traveling like that. Fuck that.
No. Yeah, that's another bad spot or bad thing about that spot is that you gotta either have a DD that like comes and scoops you, or you're not going because nothing's close. Nothing is 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
When you live in Saginaw Township, there's not a single bar there.
Yeah,
So.
no, definitely not.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of guy you become as far as like what kind of drinks guy, because we talked about everything that you kind of drink when you're pre-21, and even I think the stuff that you drink from like maybe 21 to like 24, you're kind of in a weird trying to figure shit out area too,
Now
Whereas,
that I
like-
can go up and see the wall and just take it all in and really decide something specific, I do think that I'll branch out a little bit. I'm going to try some stuff that I, might not have.
Well, and you always, and too, like as you get a little older and you start trying shit, you realize like what each thing kind of does you. Like, okay, like, I mean, I never drank vodka sodas until, I don't know, 4 years ago, maybe a little bit more. Now it's all I drink. You know what I mean? It's like, I would be getting Captain and Coke, vodka, fucking Red Bull, you know, beers. And it's like, fuck that.
Shit puts you down.
Yeah. It's like either you're feeling bloated, you're hammered, you know, it's like fucking Jaeger bombs all night. Like, it's just, yeah, then you learn, you're like, okay, this is my fucking just coast through the whole night drink. And then there's the, hey, I'm going to get fucking shithouse drunk drink. Yeah. And you're really able to hone in on it because you can go buy your own shit and go to the liquor store and walk down the aisle and be like, ooh, this is fucking good, you know?
I think you're going to be a vodka soda guy, Jack. I really do.
I'm not upset about that. If that's the guy I become, then that's that. You know what I do like, though, is not – what's the shit called? It's fucking – it's not scotch and it's not – it's bourbon. I've tried a couple different types of bourbon. Big fan of it. So I might be one of those douchebags that's like, oh, this is a 1878
you know who's a big bourbon
single
guy?
barrel. Who?
Your boy Drew King.
There you go.
That's why Drew's my favorite.
Look at that.
That's what I said.
Bourbon is I mean, he's more of a whiskey guy, but bourbon is whiskey. I believe but bourbon is. I think
bourbon's only
from Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's just whiskey that's made in Kentucky, and they call it.
So it's like a square rectangle situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's an apartments and houses place. Our homes and rentals. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think you're gonna. That is what it is too. Mike hit the nail on the head where you're like you have your okay. I'm gonna turn it the fuck up. Drink. I just need one of these. Like that's like the vodka Red Bull. I just need a pound of vodka Red Bull and then I coast. Like this, Mike said too. Like you just started drinking vodka sodas. I just started drinking those tequila waters. Changed my life because the tequila's an upper. So you're juiced the whole night. You know. Which is a change from when I'm slugging beers or even if I'm slugging a vodka Red Bull, I'm going to be high and tight for about an hour. And after that, your boy's coming crashing down. So I need something else to keep me going. But I'd love for you to join the tequila water train. I don't see it happening, but we'd love to have you.
No, I can do shots of tequila, but I will not sip on a drink that has tequila in it. Like, I'm not a marg guy.
You gotta the thing about tequila, bro. What kind of tequila do you get in your tequila water, Bob? Because it's important to know this.
No, it is. I mean, depending on where I'm at,
I'm gonna judge the fuck out of you. Is what I'm about to do. What do you drink?
I like Casamigos. So if I'm getting
you're so lucky. I fucking love you.
If I'm getting my first drink, I'll get a Casamigos. But then after that, like everything after my first drink, I'm going tequila. I don't even fucking taste it.
That's disgusting.
Just need the first one. You don't even taste it.
I mean, granted, I take shots of tequila, and I always go Casamigos if I can. Never go Patron. That shit's nasty as fuck.
Oh, I don't know about that. Patron's very good.
I mean, for the price, it's not.
Oh, no, for the price, it's.
I mean, I think Casamigos is better.
Casamigos
I think that
ain't cheap, though.
No, it used to be a little cheaper, but now it's, like, huge. Everyone's on the dick. There's a lot of good tequilas out there that most bars don't even carry, which is annoying as fuck. But
there's so many tequilas.
How do you guys feel about Lil Wayne's Bumbu?
I've never tried it. I've always wanted to.
I've never tried it either. Mom and Dad preach it.
It is unreal. It's fantastic.
That surprises me not even the least bit.
No.
And it's in the dopest bottle, too. It's like
it is, yeah. That bottle's
it's like a cooler
sick.
Douce bottle. Yeah, it's super sick.
Yeah, it looks like some pirate's rum. Dude, the other day, though, we were talking about it at home, my buddies and I were, and Mom and Dad walked downstairs, and they asked what we were talking about, and I told them we were talking about Bumbu, and they were like, oh, yeah, that stuff's real good. And it's that one rapper guy's, too, isn't it? I was like, yeah.
That's what Mom said?
It is that one rapper guy's, yeah.
His name is the GOAT.
That's hilarious.
You address him as the GOAT in this house.
Right.
Yeah. Wheezy F baby, and the F is for fucking GOAT.
Yeah, it is. F is for forget it.
Yeah.
So this weekend, we are doing. So we're going to celebrate Jack's birthday on Saturday. We're going to we're gonna kind of do like a mini bar crawl. We're gonna get to as many places as we can. Your boy had surgery on Monday, so I'm gonna be crutched the fuck up. But Michael will be in town. We'll have all kinds of people here, and a bunch of Jack's friends, a bunch of our friends, and yeah, we just kind of have a few places that we definitely want to go. Some places that Jack has to see, but I think the best experience, because we were talking about what do you want to do on your 21st. Do you want to like hold it down somewhere? Do you want to go to like a game? But I feel like the best thing to do when you're turning 21 is to just experience all these bars that you've never been able to walk into.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's definitely a bebop around type of situation. And if you fall in love with one and you stay there the rest of the night, that's awesome too.
That's
but
normally the best scenario.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's how that goes. And then once you find that spot, you're like, okay, fuck it. I'll see the rest of them later. I'm having a really good time.
Yep.
But you can't fucking commit to one, because if you do that, you're gonna miss out on probably a better night than you could have had, obviously.
Right. Dude, what is the Riz gonna look like on Saturday? We're gonna have a lot of risen going on. We gotta find some lads, some ladies.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's going to be up to you. And Mike will help you out with that. That way you guys have like
he's 21. He's like my little brother, man.
Exactly.
You guys have like
this guy.
It's a 15-year age gap. You guys will be able to cover all the bases.
Hey, be nice.
How many points does it add to you when it's your birthday? Like you're a 7, but it's your birthday.
Oh, at least a full one. At least.
Oh, at least one. Yeah,
at least a full one.
You're right.
No
it's
half
not
points
a half,
allowed.
It's not a half point. No, you go up to
it might 8. It might be 2, honestly.
All right.
We'll
say
as long as you don't look like a
half.
slob. If you look good, you go up at least 1.5 points.
Yeah, dude. What do I wear? Do we wear?
What's the fit gonna be?
Do you guys throw the suits back on? I don't fucking know.
No, dude. I can't be suiting it up. I'll ruin this thing, bro.
Be sweating my dick off. Oh yeah, we're gonna get messy as fuck on Saturday. It's gonna be bad. There's gonna be shots all over my face.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what I'm wearing. I have no clue. I haven't even thought about it.
It's gonna be a perfect fall day. It's gonna be like high 40s.
Really?
Yeah.
My birthday's such a clusterfuck when it comes to weather. It could be snowing, raining, or mid 60s and sunny.
I think this is the best case scenario as far as your birthday weather goes. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
40s.
I mean, today is in the mid 60s and tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s. I wouldn't hate a nice 65-degree day, especially if we're gonna be bebopping around. You know.
I like a 55 to 60. Keep it cold enough where we can all wear sweatshirts and jeans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to be boozing anyways, though. It's not going to be very cold.
No, it's true. You guys will be pushing my ass around in a wheelchair.
I was going to say, Bob's going to have toes exposed, bro.
Oh, yeah, dude. I got to do something. I got to sock up or something. It's going to be
You have to put a beanie around your foot, bro, just so
that's
fine. Sock.
Let's do it. We can totally do that.
That makes sense, honestly.
We're spitballing.
Spitballing.
Anything else? Any other big pressing issues before we get over to Jack's birthday on Saturday?
I don't know.
No.
I'm real stoked to another producer Jack update. I'm real stoked to finally move my ass down here permanently.
Oh yeah.
This weekend's the big move. So going to tour the place tomorrow.
And you'll have keys on Friday, right?
If I like what I see tomorrow, I will have the keys tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then Bob and I's parents are wheeling their way down here Friday, and they're gonna bring a bunch of my shit down. I only own one thing. They're bringing my bed, and that's all I have. The rest of the stuff is with me in 2 bags that I pack every week when I come down to Detroit,
which is really nice.
Yeah,
not have a bunch of shit to move in.
Yep, and we're gonna do a bunch of shopping this weekend. Try to furnish my apartment, and welcome to Detroit, producer Jack.
Yep,
happy weekend. Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Tricky.
Now we just need to get Mike's dumbass out here ASAP.
I mean, dude,
we'll get him out here.
Can't be that far off, man.
And we
Can't
can
be
get
that
the
far
studio
off.
going.
He's close.
That'd be so sick.
Michael, come down here when Drew comes south a mile. How about that?
If I ever moved down, I literally would make sure I bought a 2-bedroom apartment. Even if I had to pay extra, obviously I'd have to pay extra, just so we can make one of the rooms like a studio.
That'd be fucking sick.
And
That
we'd
would be
able to
sick.
just all be in the same room and shit.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
So stoked for it.
Well, dope. We have a large weekend ahead of us. We're psyched. Happy birthday again, Jack.
Thank you.
To have you as the producer of this podcast. We couldn't do anything without you. So
Appreciate it. I love doing it.
Yep, it's the best. Yeah. So we'll talk to you guys all next week. Little mini episode for you. Next week we'll probably do some. The football shit's starting to pipe up. We're getting into Thanksgiving already, which is crazy. So yeah, we love you guys. We'll talk to you next week. Send Jack a little shout out on Instagram, a little birthday shout out. Maybe send him a little Venmo shot. You know, you never know for Saturday.
Buy me shots. Do it.
There you go.
Please.
so you can if you don't have Jack's Venmo, you can send it to me and I'll buy him a shot.
And Mike will buy him two with whatever you buy. You send
I
him
was
one
gonna
drink,
say,
Mike will buy two.
Yeah,
Michael
I'm the
match
guy
it.
that I would say
Michael
I buy
match it.
all the drinks because I'm a dumb asshole, and then I'm like, oh, how did I spend this much money last night? So
Mike's
Nah, but for real.
401k match.
Thanks for all the love, everybody. You too, especially.
Mhm.
It's been a blast. Can't
Yep.
wait for a whole lot more.
I was gonna say it's only gonna
and
get better.
I'm real stoked for fucking Saturday. Can't wait to have us all in the same spot. It's gonna be sick.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
All right, everybody have a fantastic weekend. Like we said, give us a shout, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Love you.
Bye.